Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video on my channel. In this video I wanted to share with you how I edit and upload my pictures after I do a service with a client. And just to preface this whole video, these are just things that I do that I wanted to share with you. It doesn't make it right or wrong if someone else does it differently, but I just wanted to share with you what I do. Okay, so I just finished with the client and I'm going to show you what I do with the picture, how I crop it and edit it, and what apps I use, and I do everything on my phone. So these are the pictures that I just took, and I only took 3 of them. Usually I take a lot more and I do different poses, but for this set I was running a little bit behind, so I only took 3 pictures. And you can see down here there's a shadow. This is I have a Huawei phone. I'm not a fan of this phone, but I make it work. So what I do is I keep my color out that I have used, and we used Vision Gel Luxe 93 on this client. So even though these pictures all look alike, I will just pick the one that I think is the best, and let's go with this one. So the first thing I want to do is I want to crop out all of this. This is just my phone picture app, so it's just the gallery that I'm in, and I use that to crop my pictures. So I might just turn it a little bit like this. Then I'll go and crop because I want to get out all of that. And what I do when I crop is I try to make sure that the distance between this nail and the edge of the picture is the same from this nail and the edge of the picture. About like that. I want to leave a little bit of room here. I don't want to crop it right up here. So just a little bit more. Let's see how that is. When that looks pretty good, I'll leave it like that and I'll just save it. And then the next thing I will do is on my phone I have a photography tab. So all my apps that I use for photography on my phone are in this little tab right here. So use this one. You can't get this app anymore, so one that's close to it I think is Photoshop. But because I keep transferring it to different phones, I get to keep it. So my camera takes pictures a little on the dark side. I could adjust it. I got my son, who's a photographer, to adjust the settings, and he just said you can't do much with this phone, the camera settings. So this is what we do. I go to the adjust. I want to lighten it up a bit. So I'll brighten it up, maybe about like that. And then I have my color right here, so I want to make sure that what I'm looking at is pretty similar to what the actual color is. So I'll save that. And then sometimes I will use the enhance part in the portrait, which will give a little bit more pink to the skin. And I'm not going to use it because when I do that it changes the color. Oh, it's pretty darn close. Okay, I am going to leave it because if I don't, it'll end up washing it out when I do this next step. And then I go to the vignette, and just it gives a little white hue on the edges, and save that. Next I will go to Photoshop, and I don't always do this step, but sometimes I do, depending on the client's hands and it's the correction. So sometimes I like to smooth out the lines. It's when I'm taking pictures of my client's hands, more often than not you don't see all the lines and the wrinkles and the aging, anything like that. You don't see that with the naked eye, but my camera seems to love to pick that up, and I don't like that. So I will try to get the skin part a little bit smoother. This picture seems to be okay, but I might adjust it maybe about 6. And then I'll do this little tab here, which kind of, you know what, I don't even need to do this, so I'm not going to. Just exit out of there. Next I'll go to PixArt, and this is just a free app. And I don't purchase anything, so I do get the ads. And this is the picture I was working on. And this is just something I do. It's kind of like my signature look for my pictures. And I go into fit, and I usually get these white bars on each side. I'll press image, and I'll have the blurred image on the outside. I just like that look. And also while I am doing this, I'm looking, and there's not a whole lot of, like, there's no hangnails or anything that I would correct out. So this is pretty much okay. A lot of times if I do an oops and I get gel polish on the side, I might use the blemish corrector and just edit that out, only because it doesn't look very good. And I messed up, so it doesn't take away from the fact of what I've done on the nails. I just might have had an off day on one of the fingers. I do notice that I should have shined up the nails a little bit. They're still a little, they're kind of foggy because of the cuticle oil that I put on the client. What I do is once I put the cuticle oil on and the lotion, I get my client to wipe their hands, because what I don't like in my pictures, and this is just me, I don't like to have a whole wet look around the cuticles. I make sure that they wipe their hands, and if I don't forget, I will take a lint-free dry wipe and shine up the rest of the nails, and I didn't do that in this picture. Okay, I got my edges the way I want it, and then I will go into add photo, and I will put my logo in, and it's usually these two. So my logo I got done from Coda Designs. I will leave a link in the description box if you're looking for someone to do your logo. I will stick that one there, and then this I put up here, and I make the opacity quite translucent, but enough where I have this watermark on here, and that's just so I don't want people taking my pictures and making them out to be theirs. I would never do that to someone, and I wouldn't want that done to me, so I just make sure that I watermark all my pictures. And then for this logo, I usually change the color so you're able to see it, and then adjust the size if I need to, and center it. I like to put my darker logo with my website right here, and then the E logo I like to stick up here and just make the opacity a little bit more translucent. And that's about it. Save that. This one was really easy. I have to do a lot of saving. Next, I will go into my Instagram. So that's the last picture. Usually if I have more than one pose, I will hit multiple pictures, and then I can pick as many as I want. But in this case, I only have one pose. And make sure that it goes onto my Facebook page. And then I write a little caption. Don't laugh at, I cannot use my thumbs to text or to write. So this next part might seem a little painful to you guys watching me do this. Now I'll hashtag it all. And I always end with these three. That's just what I do. No rhyme or reason. And hit share. And there you go. And then on my Instagram, I either do the pose like this, or I do something like this, or up close just with one hand, depending on the shape of the nails and the design of the nails. And this is where I took two poses of this set of nails here. So that's one pose you swipe over, and that's the other pose I did. This one also was done with two poses, and that is how I do my nails. And for my Instagram, I don't try to do anything. Either the poses are this way or they're this way. There's no rhyme or reason, but I like to be consistent in, if throughout the week I do have different poses, I will do something like this, where I have two poses this way, and then the middle picture a different pose, kind of like that there. Or we have this pose and then the standard pose in the middle. It just really depends. And I think that my Instagram is nice and clean and neat, and if you want to look at a picture, you can look at it up close. Just easy for the subscribers or the followers to see and get ideas for maybe something that they want to do on their clients. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest at Elite Nails by Carrie. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, please do so. Hit that bell notification so you get notified of when I upload new videos, and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys!